Hi, David Weck here. Today I'm going to teach you an exercise with the RMT Club called the Hip Hinge. This is a fantastic exercise that is not always performed optimally. I'm going to teach you how to perform it optimally and harness the unique benefits of the RMT Club. One of those benefits is that we are balancing about the center line with the hands in an equal and opposite relationship when we change right and left. That really allows us to hone in and understand the center line as we balance on one leg and hinge through the hip. The other advantage is the counterweighting and leverage that the club provides and the momentum that we can initiate with the club that really makes it super challenging. So, before we get started, the key to this is really understanding the hip hinge and the inguinal crease. The inguinal crease is that fold from the hip down to the groin, and we want to hinge in that hip hinge so that the pelvis is flat, so we're folding into that crease. You don't want to be opened up like this and having the pelvis uneven. I'll show you from this angle. You want to hinge and fold into that inguinal crease so that you're nice and flat on the pelvis. The toes back here are pointed down, not up and out like this. Your focus is bringing the club out very slowly for the counterweight. You begin overhead. You don't let your back arch. You're nice and tall. You can come up, start in a figure four, or cue the ground for balance. You want to go very slowly. Focus on keeping the pelvis as flat as you possibly can. Focus on that center line position with the club. Now, you can extend the club out as far as possible. You can bring the club down for challenge to touch the ground. You can bring the club up and overhead, and you can come back up to here or come back up to here. Give yourself a little rest and balance assist on this position. You really want to fight for this. So what will oftentimes happen for people in the beginning is they'll start it out and it will be very challenging where there's a lot of adjustment, and you want to fight through that adjustment. Fight through that adjustment because that makes you very strong as you're getting coordinated. The more quiet and still that you can keep it, the better control that you have with your core and your balance. And that hinging action is very, very powerful for training your glutes, tie into core, and balance through the foot. Now we can also use the club for momentum and swing the club. This is extremely challenging in that hip hinge. If it's too challenging, you can even use it to touch down and regain the balance and come in here, and you just simply repeat repetitions. It's very challenging exercise. You want to fight for smooth, controlled balance. Here I'm going to really let the club shift out and up, and you'll find that that club helps you dial in that hip hinge to be very, very precise and more balanced when you release the club. You have tremendous balance, power, and stability from the hip hinge.